Yo, what's going on, you guys? It's your boy King Sanders here, and we are back with another video as of today. And today's going to be another sports betting one. This is going to be for the Sunday slate, which is on the 17th of October. I'm going to be uploading this, so it's going to be, for you guys, it's going to be later today. It's going to be the NFL slate of games that we do have for the 17th. I can't remember the exact number, but I'm thinking like 9 games, if I remember correctly. But I do think we have a pretty good slate, so I'm going to hop right into it. But first, roll the freaking intro, baby. All right, so let's go ahead and hop straight into it. We do have a game that is going to be starting as early as 8:30 a.m. tomorrow because it's being played in... Oh, where is it being played? Is it like France or someplace out of the country? I don't know, but it's not here in the United States, and it is going to be starting at 8:30 a.m. We have the Miami Dolphins taking on the Jacksonville Jaguars, and this is going to be an interesting game because the Jags are looking to pick up a win here. The Miami Dolphins are, they're looking okay, but they definitely still have a lot of work to do. So it just makes it really tough. Makes it really tough to try to figure out. So I don't think I'm going to be betting this one. I think it's just a little bit. I don't know. It's just a little bit too unpredictable because they're not playing on. Nobody has home field advantage. So normally you would just go with the better team, but they're playing at a weird time slot. Are they going to have jet lag? A lot of different factors have kind of gone into it, and I'm just not a huge fan of this game. The over-under is probably right where it needs to be. If anything, I would go the under 47, but I'm not going to officially list it because I just don't think it's necessarily the best play. Next, we have the Chargers and the Ravens. Love this game. Absolutely love this game. This is going to be a week for the dogs. Let me tell you, a week for the absolute dogs. Chargers, money line. But if you want to play it safe, plus 2.5. I'm perfectly fine with that. But for this one, I'm going money line. I love the Chargers. I'm all in on the Chargers this year. They are playing fantastic. And the Ravens have been good, but let's be honest here. The Ravens have shown signs of struggle, especially on the defensive end of things. Their main upside is Lamar Jackson. Other than that, I mean, they have some good pieces on offense, but it's definitely like lacking in a lot of areas, whereas the Chargers, I think, are a very solid team from the top of the roster to the bottom of the roster. So I love the Chargers here. It's going to be at one of the first time slots, so it's going to be a time that's kind of overlooked. Not very many people are going to be watching this game unless it's probably the most exciting game out of the 12 o'clocks. But at the same time, I mean, unless if you are a diehard football fan or, just like someone that really wants to watch football on Sundays, you probably won't be watching that game. It's mixed in with 6 or 7 other games here, and it's not going to be super heavily viewed, and I feel like this is a time for an upset or a upset. I don't think it should be listed as an upset because I think the Chargers are just overall better, but what do I know, I guess. Next, we have the Minnesota Vikings versus the Carolina Panthers. If I did pick on this game, I would go the Minnesota Vikings minus 2.5. I think I like that play a lot because Carolina still doesn't have Christian McCaffrey. Unfortunately, the Panthers quarterback is coming off of a little bit of an injury too, so I do like the Vikings here. The Vikings have been pretty solid as well, but I'm not making that an official play. I'm making 4 official bets at the end of the video, so if I don't get through my 4 and I do have one more, I think that's probably going to be it, so just keep watching. Next, we have the Green Bay Packers and the Bears. I hate the 5.5 spread. I wish it was up to a touchdown. If it was up to a touchdown, I would probably bet it, but I don't like this game. I don't like really anything about it. I am a Bears fan, unfortunately, so I'm a Bears fan. I just can't bet this game, like, not even a little bit. Next, we have the Bengals but if you did want to bet that game, I would take the Packers. That's all I'm saying. Next, we have the Bengals versus the Lions here. The Lions are 3.5-point dogs at home, And I think I like the Bengals here. The Bengals have looked really solid all year, to be completely honest. Joe Burrow is definitely taking a step up in the quarterback position, and Jamar Chase he's a stud. He could very easily, well, not easily, but he does have a pretty good shot at winning one of the Rookie of the Year positions, and I really like Jamar Chase. I think that he is going to be a very solid piece for this team moving forward. So I do like the -3.5. If it was a little bit smaller, like -2.5 or something along those lines, I would be hammering the Bengals, but I just don't really trust it. That's all. Next, we have the Texans versus the Colts. Colts are 10-point favorites. I got to be honest, like I think that's probably right where it should be. The Texans are terrible. The Colts have shown pretty good signs of being a competent football team. They did take a pretty big loss against the Ravens on, I believe it was Monday night. It was either Monday or Thursday. I can't remember, but it was definitely one of those. It was definitely one of those games. I just can't remember which one. But the Colts ended up losing like by one possession, and it's just it's going to be heartbreaking for them. They're going to definitely want to come out against a not very good Texans team and really show them kind of what's up. Next, we have the Rams and the Giants. 9-point favorites for the Rams. If I was going to bet this game, I would be taking the Rams -9, but I'm not. I'm not touching it. I'm not a huge fan of that game, like, at all. I don't like it. Yeah, I just don't like it. I just don't like it, and it's a little bit too big of a spread for me. I like to bet the close games. I don't really like to bet the the potential blowouts. So I think if I was to bet it, I would go with the Rams -9, but I'm just not going to. Next, we have the Chiefs and the football team. The Chiefs here are not even a full touchdown favorites. They're 6.5-point favorites. And I think, the Chiefs have been playing really, really bad this year, and the Washington football team is a very good defensive team. So I do like the Washington football team here, especially if this line does move up at all to 7, 7.5, even 8. I would be hammering the Washington football team, but that line right now is just a little bit too close. So if it does move up at all, and by the time you guys are watching this video, I would hammer it. I truly would. Next, we have the Cardinals and the Cleveland Browns. Let me go ahead and put that out there right now. I love the Cardinals in this situation. The Cardinals did just go ahead and get Zach Ertz for basically nothing. They gave up a 6th-round pick and then I think a corner to be able to get him. So their offense is completely stacked. They're going to put up so many points on the board, and even though the Browns do have a very solid defense, it's just, the Cardinals are rolling. They're absolutely rolling, and they just have a phenomenal team now, and I love what they're doing in Arizona, and that's going to be my second pick of the day. The Browns are looking good too, but there's just something about the Cardinals that I think that this might be their year. I think that they are in a very, very solid spot when it comes to, just when it comes to them being a good team in general. They're very, very good, especially on offense. Next, we have the Raiders and the Broncos here. Broncos are 4-point favorites at home, rightfully so. I'm just not betting this game because the Raiders and the whole John Gruden thing, it is really just kind of, I'm sure that's very depleting on the players when your head coach, you find out that he's racist, and then not only you find out that he's racist, but then you basically don't have a coach, and then you have a game 4 days later. That's a really big deal, and it's going to be something that's going to be hard to shake for these Raiders. So I don't think I'm going to be betting this game. If I did, I don't know. I just wouldn't bet it. I wouldn't touch it, to be completely honest with you. Next, we have the Dallas Cowboys and the Patriots. The Patriots are 3.5-point dogs at home. And truthfully, I must be in love with the 3.5-point spread, but I'm taking the Dallas Cowboys. I think that the Dallas Cowboys have, shown signs of promise this year. I think that they are in a very good spot. And the Patriots started out hot, but realistically, they didn't play very many, and I guess the same with the Cowboys. The Cowboys didn't really play any, tremendous competition other than, Tom Brady. But it's just one of those things. Like, I think that this team is, I think they're good. I don't know. I really can't really say anything else. I mean, they've made a lot of improvements. They are, as of right now, cross my fingers, knock on wood. But this team, as of right now, is healthy, which is a key factor for this Cowboys team. There hasn't been a whole lot of years where they have been healthy, and so I think this is a time that the Cowboys are really going to shine, at least, especially for this week. Next, we have the Seahawks and the Steelers. The Steelers are 5-point favorites here, and it's because Russell Wilson is on the injury reserve list. So, because of that, I'm probably not going to bet this game. If Russell Wilson was in, of course, I would take that +5 and I'd run with it, especially in a primetime game. But I'm not a huge fan of it. So, as I said before, I'm going to the well with it. I'm taking the Minnesota Vikings minus the 2.5 against the Carolina Panthers. I think without CMC, it is really hard for that Panthers offense to get going, and I think the Minnesota Vikings are able to hold that offense, especially with no Christian McCaffrey. So I really like this team, or I really like the spot that this team is in right now. So let me go over these one more time. These are my favorite picks of the day. I have 4 of them. I usually put a unit down for all 4, and I kind of roll with it from there. So I got Chargers money line. Chargers have been playing really well all year. Ravens are, they just made a huge comeback, but at one point in time, they were down by like 3 touchdowns to the Colts, the Colts have been struggling on offense this year, so clearly their defense isn't very good. Justin Herbert is going to be able to take over on that defense, on the Ravens defense, and I think he's going to put up some incredible amount of points. Next, we have the Cardinals +3.5. I have considered taking the money line, but I'm probably not going to. I'm just going to take the +3.5 against the Cleveland Browns. As I said, the Cardinals are just so stacked on offense. The Browns, they have looked really good as well, but they're just not really, I don't know. I don't have a whole lot of faith in it, especially not right now. Dallas Cowboys -3.5 against the New England Patriots. The Patriots haven't been very good this year. Mac Jones has shown promises here and there, but it's really nothing too special. And then we have the Minnesota Vikings -2.5 against the Carolina Panthers for all the reasons that I just stated. So, if you guys did enjoy it, make sure you guys like, comment, subscribe, and turn on that notification bell so you guys know whenever I post. That is going to wrap up the video as of today. If you guys are new around here, my schedule is on Mondays. I do a traditional rebuild for the NBA. Wednesdays, it's going to be a My GM mode that I do, which is really entertaining, so make sure you guys check it out. Friday, I do another traditional rebuild. I haven't for the past couple weeks because I've been having some other ideas with the NBA or with whatever. And then on Sundays, I do my sports betting picks. So if you guys do enjoy any of that at all, please consider subscribing. You guys can change your mind at any time. But for now, this is King Center signing out. Peace.